Hello and welcome back to another video, guys. Now that's right, today we are going over my 4K collection. Now I have already done this once on the channel. This is an updated one because I've added a few more since then. You can tell my collection's quite patchy from where I've pulled everything out that is 4K. So yeah, we got quite a bit to go over today. I'm hoping I haven't missed any because that happened in the last video. I think I accidentally forgot to pull two out. But anyway, we're going to go over them all here. I've got two big stacks. We've got a smaller stack just here that you can just see. I've tried to hide them off camera, but anyway, this one, you can see this little stack here. So yeah, we're just going to go over all of the 4Ks in my collection right now. Of course, in a good year or so, there'll probably be a few more in the collection. We'll do another updated one then. But for right now, this is where my 4K collection is, what it's looking like right now. So anyway, let's get started. First off, we have the only TV show I have in 4K at the minute, and that is Game of Thrones. You know, this show here was my absolute favourite until the final season. But other than that, you know, there's still some of the best TV ever made here. The first 4 seasons are absolutely incredible, and I still really enjoy 5 and 6. 7's rocky, not a big fan on 8. But the 4K transfer on this is amazing. You get every season in there. Really, really nice. So yeah, this is a really cool box set, and I got it super cheap on the Amazon Prime Day deals. So yeah, that was really cool. Moving on to the movies. First up, we got DC. Don't have any Marvel in 4K because I've always bought Marvel as 3D, but now we're going into phase 4. We're out of the Infinity Saga. I'm going to start going from 4K from here on out with Marvel. When the first Marvel 4K film comes out, which should be Black Widow. But anyway, first up we have Man of Steel. You know, the film that started the DCU off, Zack Snyder. I quite like this film, you know. I don't think it's too bad. There's definitely some issues with it. I think the trailers made it look a lot better than what it was, but it was still a pretty good movie. We have Batman vs Superman, one of the most disappointing movies ever. It's one of those rare times where I was really excited to see the movie, and I heard how bad it was apparently, and I actually just skipped this one and said I'm just going to wait for the Blu-ray, which to be honest I wouldn't do today, but back in 2016 when this film came out I was a bit more like that with movies. But yeah, it's not awful, but it's a pretty bad movie. This one is pretty awful. Suicide Squad. Yeah, I don't know what they're thinking with this one. The editing style to it is appalling. But, you know, the thing with DC and Warner Brothers in general is their 4Ks generally look really good. So, you know, the 4K transfer is good on this. But, yeah, much more excited for the new Suicide Squad, directed by Mr. James Gunn. A lot more excited for that movie. Wonder Woman, the 4K transfer on this is great. The first 2 acts of this film are really awesome. It just sort of bottles it on the last act, unfortunately. Zack Snyder's Justice League. Actually rewatching this last night. So the 4K disc 1 is in my PlayStation 5 right now. I really like this. I really thought this was a solid movie. You know, it's 4 hours. It's a bloody long one. But this is my 3rd time rewatching it, and it's not even been out a year yet. So I really love that. The Joss Whedon one will never ever come back in my collection. It's a steaming pile of shit. Aquaman. Yeah, the 4K transfer on this one is fantastic. It's a shame about the movie. I'm just personally not really a fan of this one. Too many cliches, a bit too predictable. I don't know. I just didn't feel that film very much. Shazam. My favourite DCU film, I think. It's just really well put together. There's an actual vision behind this one. And it's a lot more light-hearted than a lot of the other DC ones, and that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be better. I think it just felt like a bit more of a solid film. Birds of Prey and the Fabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. Very messy movie. I don't dislike it. It's okay, I think. I'm not sure where some of the hate come from, but it is a messy movie. Not one that I go back to very often. And Wonder Woman 1984, one of the worst DC films. This film here, I mean, it looks stunning, I'll say that. The 4K is great. The trailers were so good for this movie, and I was just so disappointed with this. This film was a mess. Then, of course, we have Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy, you know, absolutely incredible. Batman Begins is fantastic. The Dark Knight is great. Dark Knight Rises I have some problems with, but it's still a really good movie. So you got Bane on that one. Joker. and Batman. So yeah, very, very cool set there. Last DCU thing, I have this, the DC Animated Movie Collection Volume 1. If anyone knows if there's ever going to be a Volume 2, that would be great. In here you have The Killing Joke, Assault on Arkham, Justice League Dark, Suicide Squad Hell to Pay, and Gotham by Gaslight. My favourite in here was actually Suicide Squad Hell to Pay. I did like Justice League Dark and Gotham by Gaslight a lot as well. Okay, next up, we have the Predator trilogy. Yeah, I think they're actually... This is a really nice digipack as well, this one. I think there might be a 4-film collection out there, but I hate the 4th Predator film so much. I was like, no, I just want to own the 3. So, yeah, I got this set. The first one's a classic. Predator 2 is enjoyable, but I really love Predators, the 3rd one. I think that's a really, really solid movie. So, yeah, really, really cool franchise there, just to go next to my Alien one, which we need a 4K Alien set, by the way. Where's that at? Next up, Star Wars. I'll go quick here because there's 11 films. Phantom Menace. Quite like that one. You know, I grew up with the prequels. Don't hate me. Attack of the Clones. Really cool. Although the cover to this one really annoys me. Like, why is Django there and not Dooku? You got Christopher Lee, one of the best actors of all time in Star Wars, and you put Django there over him. I know Django looks cool and everything, but man, it's Christopher Lee. One of my favourite movies, Revenge of the Sith. We adore this one. I'm not a huge fan on this cover though. Like, really, we got this. Like, 3PO's on the cover. Why isn't like Palpatine or Grievous on the cover or something? You know, there's other characters that were a bit more important in that movie. A New Hope. You know, one of the most, if not the most iconic movie ever made. Empire Strikes Back. You know, lost for words on these ones a bit because they're so incredible. You know, just absolutely fantastic filmmaking there. And Return of the Jedi. I love this cover, actually. I think this is my favourite of the 4K slips. But yeah, another incredible movie. The Force Awakens. Yeah, I'm not huge on the sequel trilogy. Sorry, I am one of those. You know, I don't dislike any of them other than the last one. You know, but got to own it for the collection. You know, Force Awakens is a good time. Bit of a copycat movie, but a good time. The Last Jedi. Yeah, I don't mind this film. I know some people hate it. It's not a great Star Wars movie, but I think filmmaking-wise, Rian Johnson actually done a great job. He is a fantastic filmmaker, whether you like that film or not. He is a good filmmaker. Rise of Skywalker. Absolute piece of garbage. I hate it with all my heart. Rogue One. Best Disney movie they've done with Star Wars. I wouldn't say the best Disney thing. You know, they've put out some good TV shows now with the Clone Wars finale and stuff, and some of the novels that come out under Disney are really good. And Solo. Didn't mind this movie. Should have made more money. Shame everyone boycotted it. Okay, off Star Wars. Blade Runner, the original. Yeah, the 4K transfer for this is pretty damn good. Watched it a couple weeks ago. Really enjoyed it. And apologies, guys, just making room for that one. Really need to watch this, Blade Runner 2049. I've seen the movie, but I just haven't seen the 4K. And a lot of people tell me this is the best 4K transfer ever. So I really do need to jump on this. But I really like the movie. So, yeah, very excited to watch that. Movie I haven't seen, The Fifth Element. This was very kindly gifted to me a while back now. Still have yet to watch it, so I really need to do that. But I love the cover, the artwork today. It's really cool. Ad Astra. Saw this in the cinema and thought it was really cool. You know, very slow movie, but a really interesting concept. And I found this film fascinating. So yeah, really am excited to rewatch this one, see the 4K transfer. Ooh, Interstellar, my favourite Nolan movie. I love this film so much, and the 4K on this it's unbelievable. Like, some of the stuff, like, especially when they're on that water planet, it was just popping. It's great. E.T., The Extraterrestrial, yeah, you know, classic movie, you know, classic. There's some films that just feel like I need to own. Ready Player One. I much preferred this cover to the 3D and the regular Blu-ray. So, but yeah, I like this movie. It's good fun. I know people read the books don't like it, and I know some people who just adore Spielberg don't like it. You know, it's not brilliant, but it's a fun movie. It's a good little film to put on, I think. Yeah. Speed. Love this movie. Yeah, I know some people don't like the cover to this. I actually kind of like it. I don't, yeah, I quite like it. Keanu Reeves, really, really great in the movie. Really good film. The Gentleman. Guy Ritchie's return to form, my favourite film of 2020. I love this film. It's my second favourite Guy Ritchie film. Everyone puts in a great performance. My favourite is Matthew McConaughey, Charlie Hunnam, and Colin Farrell. They're absolutely fantastic in this film. Also, Hugh Grant cracks me up. Really, really good. Solid cast there. Really fantastic. T2 Trainspotting. That's right, not T2 as in Terminator 2. I haven't got the 4K for that film, by the way, because I heard the 4K transfer is garbage, because I do love that movie. But anyway, I love this film. I think this film's great. On the same level as the first one, I think. Maybe my favourite Danny Boyle movie alongside the first Trainspotting. But the cinematography in this film is really surprising, like how good it is. And the 4K is fantastic as well. V for Vendetta, really, really awesome movie. Used to watch this one at school a lot, funny enough. When we were in the late years, don't worry guys, we'll see the 15 mark. Natalie Portman gives a fantastic performance there. And that was at a time when people were a bit unsure of her because, you know, she's in the prequels. And even though I love the prequels, we can all admit the acting was a bit rocky in those. Leon. I don't really know what to say about this movie ever. I do like it, but there's some really strange choices of direction in the story. And I wouldn't say it's an essential 4K, but it's a strange movie looking back at it. Mission Impossible Fallout, my favourite Mission Impossible movie. I don't know how these films keep getting better. Let's hope that they don't lose their way on the last two, because this film here was so good. Henry Cavill's great in it. Without a doubt, the highlight of Tom Cruise's career. Also want to say Rebecca Ferguson is really good in those movies. Warrior. Haven't watched this yet. No, if he's watching, Mr. Alex Pitt, I'm sorry, because he sent me this and he keeps asking me to watch it. I really need to sit down and watch this one. Goodfellas, the Cine edition from HMV. Martin Scorsese. Really, really fantastic movie. Not my favourite Scorsese film, but still really solid film. And, you know, I think most people have seen this movie. Another one I haven't watched yet, Philadelphia. Sorry, Mr. Tom Hanks. Yeah, just haven't got around to this one yet. Bad Times at the El Royale. This is like a really cheap 4K. You can get it for like £8 to £10. But yeah, and it's a really good movie. It's very much worth your money. Very Quentin Tarantino inspired movie. But yeah, it's a good time. A lot of good music, a lot of good action, and some good actors as well. Knives Out. Again, Mr. Ryan Johnson. Love this film. This is the HMV. I don't know if it's a Cine edition or just an exclusive. I think it might just be an exclusive. But it's really cool because you get like you get your 4K in there, and you get a book. You get a book, and you get like loads of art cards in here of like all of the. There's a lot in there of all of the characters. But yeah, this was a fantastic movie. I absolutely loved Knives Out. Stand By Me, classic coming of age film. Absolutely adore this movie. Really, really incredible. This only came out about a week ago, so I have yet to watch it, but I'll probably watch it this week. Almost Famous, the Cine edition from HMV. Really nice hardback there. You've got your 4K and a poster in there. So yeah, and the 4K just sort of comes out like so. And the poster sits in there. You get some art cards inside the case as well. Yeah, so you get quite a bit with this one. It's a nice little pack. Looking forward to watching the movie because I hear it's very good. Then we have Star is Born, one of my favourite movies of 2018. I love this film. I loved how Bradley Cooper was keeping up Lady Gaga with the singing, and Lady Gaga was keeping up Bradley Cooper in the acting. I thought it was great. Can't wait to see what Bradley Cooper does next. He was fantastic at directing this movie. Really, really solid. Oh, love this movie, Wonder. I didn't know what to expect with this movie when I put it on, and then I just found myself in tears at the end. It's absolutely breathtaking. Some incredible performances. Maybe Owen Wilson's best performance I've seen from him so far in his career. Really great. One of my favourite movies ever, Jaws. Just a classic. Just if you're into movies, you should have seen it. If you're into collecting movies, you got to own it. It is just one of those movies where it is just... It's a masterpiece, and it is one of the iconic films. The Great Showman. Yeah, I know some people have problems with this one as well. People have problems with everything nowadays. Do you know what? I know that people moan about it 'cause it isn't historically accurate to P.T. Barnum, but, you know, it's a musical. It's a fun musical. Do you really want to see the horrible P.T. Barnum? No, it's there to give you a good time. And this film does that. It's fun. It flows well. The songs are awesome. Really good. I went to see this like 3 times in the cinema because it was such a feel-good movie. I kept taking different people to see it. So yeah, it's just a really feel-good movie. What more do you want? 300, the Cine edition. Really, really cool. Again, sort of just like my Goodfellas one, same size and everything. Yeah, I haven't seen this film in years. Need to watch the 4K. We'll hopefully do that soon. Braveheart. Yep, I'm going to hurt some people here. Haven't seen it yet. Haven't seen it. I got sent this by Anthony Fisher, I think it was. Thank you, Anthony. Mr. Mel Gibson, of course. His most famous role. Really, really need to watch this movie. Apocalypse Now. One of the best war movies ever. Vietnam War. Incredible stuff. I really, really loved that movie. Some of the cinematography was great. And the music as well. Fantastic. 1917, this is the HMV exclusive. So the 4K disc, you got a Blu-ray. And then this one here. There you go, 4K. You know, incredible. Sam Mendes done a fantastic job with this movie. I really do love one-shot movies. This movie was breathtaking. It really was. Incredible film. 2019 had so many good films. I only got this one last week. Incredibly generous that it was sent to me by Mr. Alex Pitt again. Indiana Jones, the 4-film collection. I wasn't intending on picking this up because I'm very poor at the minute. But yeah, very kindly sent to me. You get all 4 films and the Blu-ray discs in here. It's a beautiful set. The first 3 films are incredible. They really are. And you know what, the 4th one, I think the reason it gets ragged on so much is because it is a big step down from the first 3, but it's still decent, I think. The only Disney live action I have in 4K at the minute is The Jungle Book. It is my favourite of their live action adaptation movies. I think the voice cast was brilliant. I wouldn't mind picking up Aladdin, because I actually didn't mind that one. And of course, Disney, where are the Pirates of the Caribbean films in 4K? I mean, to be honest, I only need the first 3, but where are they at? Labyrinth. Love this movie. David Bowie, what a man. We miss him so much. The Dark Crystal. I picked this up after I watched the TV series on Netflix, Age of Resistance, I think it was called. Because the TV series was honestly 10 out of 10. I loved it. It's brilliant. Gutted it got cancelled. And now it's been cancelled. You might as well chuck it out on Blu-ray. Netflix. Where's it at? Anyway, the movie. Yep, picked it up. It's alright. It's definitely not as good as the show, but it's pretty good. Going into my monster films here. You guys know I like my monster films. We got the 2014 Godzilla Cine Edition, like the Goodfellas, and the 300 set. My favourite monster movie. I really, really like this movie. I know some people don't, because there's not much Zilla. Or Godzilla. Sorry, Zilla's the other one now, isn't it? But, you know, I think it's just such a well-made movie. Like, Godzilla, whenever he arrives, there's a big impact in this, which I've never felt during a Godzilla film before. Kong, Skull Island. Yeah, I did really enjoy this movie just because it was interesting to see Kong not just do his usual, you know, get taken off his island, steal a pretty woman and walk up a tall building with her and get shot down by planes. It was just interesting to see a different take on Kong. Godzilla King of the Monsters. I really wanted to love this movie. There's so many great monsters, you know, Ghidorah, Rodan, Mothra, so many great monsters popping up in this, but the film's just a mess. It's such a shame. You know, good actors as well. You know, Charles Dance, one of my favourite actors, is in this. But yeah, the movie was a mess. I just wanted to see the monsters, and it was just kept cutting to the humans. It was pissing me off. But I'll say this, the 4K is beautiful. The film looks great. Godzilla vs. Kong. Finally, they just didn't cut as much. You know, there's still some dumb stuff in this movie, but it was a lot better than King of the Monsters. Really good. The 4K transfer is beautiful as well. Especially the last half hour. Very much worth your money. Yeah. Then we have Godzilla, or do we just call this one Zilla now? Because this guy is no longer officially Godzilla. I forget what it's called, Godzilla Infinite War or something like that. He changed his name, and Godzilla basically whipped this Zilla's ass, which is good, because, I mean, look, you can see it at the top there, look at it. I haven't actually watched the 4K transfer yet, because I don't like this movie. I just got it for my Godzilla collection. But yeah, that film exists. And this one here, very kindly sent to me by the wonderful Mr. Jamie Powell, because I've been really struggling to get it, and he found it for me. The 4K of Peter Jackson's King Kong with a slip. I quite like this movie. I think it's pretty damn good. Then, the best looking 4Ks I've personally seen. As I haven't watched Blade Runner 2049 yet. So, the Planet of the Apes trilogy, the new ones. Now, I like the old Planet of the Apes, but these ones, wow, there's something special about these. So, Rise was really good. Dawn, the 4K transfer on Dawn was unbelievable. And then War was just... These films look stunning. If you've got a 4K TV and you just own these on Blu-ray, upgrade. Because, wow. That's all I've got to say, wow. Quiet Place. I got this on a Black Friday deal, really cheap. I like this film a lot. Emily Blunt's great in it. John Krasinski, the man, the myth, the legend. Directed this film brilliantly, and he's such a good actor. But yeah, the 4K transfer as well is pretty damn good on that one. It Chapter 2, yeah, don't own the first one on 4K, just got the Blu-ray. But yeah, they picked the 4K up, but this one because I preferred the cover. Yeah, I don't think it's a necessity on 4K because I thought it didn't really improve too much. But, you know, anyway, not a bad movie. Could have been better. Gremlins. I love Gremlins. You know, really awesome. Really fun film. The 4K transfer isn't necessary on that one really either, but it still looks great. The Wizard of Oz. Oh, classic movie. Loved this film. Sort of grew up with this one a bit as well. But yeah, the 4K on this one is actually quite surprising. Like, the colours really pop. So yeah, really cool. And it's such a cool cover. Look at how nice and shiny it is. I love that. This one's well worth your money. Hook. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not huge on this movie. I have some big problems with it. I mean, it's definitely not Spielberg's best, but it's also not his worst. It would probably rank down there for me with Spielberg, but, you know, it's still got some interesting stuff to it. Dustin Hoffman's great in it. Robin Williams, we love him. Speaking of Robin Williams, Jumanji, the original, really great fun movie, adventure film, and really good. The 4K actually isn't too bad on that one. I've noticed that the sound quality is really good. Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. It's fun. It's a fun movie. You know, it's silly rock stuff, but the 4K transfer is pretty damn good. Don't own The Next Level. You need to pick it up at some point just to have all three films. Yeah. Anyway, The Goonies. Haven't seen this film in years. When I say years, I mean like literally about 10 years. So I really need to rewatch this. Especially now I've got the 4K. So, yeah. One of my favourites here. Nice cine edition again from HMV. Not sure why they cheaped out on the card here, because it's in thin card instead of nice hard card like the other ones I've been shown. But the Blues Brothers. Love this movie. Love it. Some incredible music in here. Really great set. And the 4K is pretty damn nice as well. But yeah, we love that movie. Okay, got some Disney ones here, and I just got two Arrows, which I've got in 4K. The Little Mermaid. which is classic. Now, with these 2D animated films, I sort of just noticed that the colours pop a bit more. But, you know, we love Disney, so. Beauty and the Beast. Aladdin, which actually was really good in 4K. The Lion King, also really, really solid transfer there. Mulan. This looks unbelievable. Moana, my favourite of Disney's efforts of recent years. Raya and the Last Dragon. Probably could have been a bit better, the movie, but it was the 4K was really nice. And Soul. Loved Soul, really great. So yeah, just 2 Arrow video 4Ks to show here. Yeah, I don't think I've got any more. This is normally where I miss some. Battle Royale. So this here, of course, Korean movie. No, not Korean, sorry. Japanese movie, I think. You got the first one in here in 4K. And I think the second one is in 4K as well. Requiem. It doesn't say on the packet. I'll have to open it up. No. Just Blu-ray, I think. Yeah, maybe just Blu-ray on the second one, but it's okay because the second movie sucks. But the first movie is in here in 4K, and it's absolutely incredible. Love the first movie. Maybe my favourite foreign film. And then, of course, Tremors. Love Tremors. Kevin Bacon, one of his first roles. Great little monster movie. If you haven't seen Tremors, I'd highly recommend it. It's getting a bit of a cult following now. I actually sort of always liked this one. I grew up on it a bit. It was on telly a lot when I was younger. So, yeah. But anyway, there we go. There's my 4K collection, guys, so far. I don't think I've missed anything. I don't think so. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, as always. Don't forget to like, leave a message, and as always, I'll see you next time for another video. Bye-bye.